Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. Marco was very restless by nature, and his mind was always filled with countless thoughts. He often regretted his past mistakes and constantly worried about the future. Because of this excessive overthinking, he became exhausted and mentally troubled. He couldn't sleep properly at night and had even forgotten how to smile. One day, Marco heard about a wise old man who lived in a distant mountain village. The man had once been a famous psychologist in the city and had helped many people find inner peace. In his old age, he had left the busy city life to live close to nature in a quiet village. Filled with hope, Marco set out on a long and tiring journey to meet him, thinking that perhaps this wise man could help him find peace. After many days of walking, Marco finally reached the village and saw the old man sitting calmly on the veranda of his house. Marco went to him, shared the restlessness of his heart, and asked how he could find peace. The old man listened quietly and then gave Marco a task. He filled a glass with water right up to the brim and handed it to Marco, saying, "Take this glass and walk to the end of the village and then come back. But remember, not a single drop of water should spill." Though surprised, Marco accepted the challenge. Very carefully, he held the glass and started walking along the village road. The streets were narrow and busy. Children were playing, shopkeepers were calling out to customers, and dogs were barking. But Marco's entire focus was only on the water in the glass, making sure not a single drop fell. He paid no attention to the noise or the sights around him. At last, Marco returned to the old man without spilling a single drop and proudly said, "Grandfather, I did it." Not a single drop fell. The old man smiled and asked him, "That's very good. But tell me, did you see the children playing by the road? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco, surprised, replied, "No, I didn't see or hear anything. My entire attention was only on the glass." The old man then said calmly, "That is the secret of inner peace. When your mind was completely fixed on the present moment, there was no room for worries about the past or fears of the future. Your mind was at peace because you were fully focused on the task before you." Peace is not something we find outside, it lives within us when we learn to live in the present. Hearing this, Marco finally understood the true secret of peace. He realized that overthinking only comes when the mind wanders into the past or the future. He bowed his head respectfully and thanked the wise old man. When Marco returned home, he was no longer restless as before. He had changed, for he now knew the way to calm his mind. He understood that peace is always within us. We only need to focus on the present moment to find it. If you enjoyed the story, give it a like and share it with your friends. For more such inspiring stories, subscribe to the channel. Stay healthy, stay peaceful, and I'll see you in the next video.